Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is episode 1 of Public Speaking Stuff, and I'm here to tell you a story. The story begins with me in my freshman year of undergrad at URI. I went there for engineering, and we had a project assigned where we had to design a new invention and then present it to the class. And I took this invention. We worked on it for weeks, and then when it came time to present, I had to read slides. I had to read 2 to 3 bullets off of a slide, and froze. I got halfway through the second bullet, looked at my professor, and I asked, "What do you want from me?" And then he kindly told me, you may sit down now. So that's how I started my public speaking career. And fast forward, we get to a point where I'm doing undergraduate research at BSU, and I have to present on a journal article that I was assigned. Every week or so, we have this thing called a journal club, where one of us researchers will read an article and then present its findings to the rest of our lab, and we will talk about it. So I joined the lab, got assigned mine, and went to present it. I got up there, and I knew what the material was about, but I could not formulate my words properly. I couldn't express any of the thoughts that I had, just because I was so nervous. And there were only 5 people max in the room. Whew, it was so close, but I'll cut that out in post or something. There were only. That's also getting cut out in post. There were only 5 people in the lab, so in hindsight, I see that it was fine, but at the time, that was not for me. Fast forward again, and we have my most recent public speaking adventure, where I had to talk at the ATP symposium this past Friday. And from that first journal talk to this last talk, I'm gonna pat myself on the back really hard on this and say it was night and day. And it must have been the amount of prep work I put into actually getting the presentation ready. I had to commit it to memory, because this was going to be my biggest audience listening to me talk about the work that I do. That was a bad one. So I had to make sure that I was on my A game, especially because I was representing my research lab. So I got up there, and let me just say, I was rehearsing my title slide, and this was actually my favorite part of the talk, where in rehearsals I would say, "Welcome, my name is Richard Durant, and I'm here to tell you about my ATP project, which consisted of studying the ApoE isoforms associated with Alzheimer's disease." And then I would transition into my first slide by saying, and let me preface this by saying, I am no public speaker, but I am here to tell you a story. When I was actually presenting that, though, I'm studying the ApoE isoforms associated with Alzheimer's, got to the point where I'm supposed to say, I'm going to preface this by saying I'm no public speaker, and I completely blanked and forgot it, went right to the next slide. After the talk, so many people came up to me saying, "That was such an amazing talk, that was the best talk I've ever heard." And then I went to watch some public speaking videos that were assigned for chapter 1, and it said, "Bad opener. Do not tell people how nervous you are. Don't start by saying that you're a terrible public speaker." And it just rang so close. I just finished this, and I just dodged that bullet. So it makes me feel like, wow, I did well, but it also makes me curious, what would have happened if I did remember what I had planned to say and told them I am no public speaker. So there's my story.